Hey yo, you. Hey yo, you, you, and you over there. What's going on, family? Listen, you know who it is, man. This is another episode of the J Kels podcast with your host, J Kels. That is I. Listen, I have a really good one today. Actually, it was a request. It was a question from one of my homies, man, one of my good friends, my boy Jonathan Wright, back in home in VA. He asked me a question that we all, like, I think as a consensus would have an answer to, but when you really think about it, it's usually deeper. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie to you. When I talked to him initially when he first asked me the question, I was like, "Man, what are you talking about?" I said, "Of course, man. Like, come on, bro." He was like, "Man, I need you to talk to me, man. Let me know for real what's up anyway." You know what I'm saying? So I was like, "Okay, cool. I got you." So I don't have anything written down, nothing like that today. This is strictly all off of like just me being me. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into it. Hope you like this tea. This joint's tough. Got off eBay. But listen, the question that he asked me, that all of us usually initially would be like, of course, is love fighting for? Is love fighting for? So this is what I told him. I said, yo, man, listen. I messaged him right back. I said, bro, come on, man. I said, of course love is fighting for. Because love is hardly ever the issue itself. You know what I'm saying? Love is hardly ever the issue. Even though, let me say this, even though love can be weaponized, we can use love as a weapon. Love itself can put us in some compromising positions. It can even entrap us. But the heavy issue, if we allow it to, but the heaviest issue about love is who we love. It's the who. So it goes from, is love fighting for? It goes from that to, is it the one that we love worth fighting for? And now you have to compartmentalize a couple things. Now you have to question the basis of the relationship that you're in. Whether if it is a platonic relationship, just something, a friendship, you know what I'm saying, a co-ed, a co-worker, whatever the case may be, or if it's something really intimate, something really deep, you know, something really heavy-handed. Regardless, like, you have to really get to a place and a checkpoint. You have to have checkpoints in relationships. I'm a big proponent of that. Like, every so often, let me know how well I'm doing. I'm gonna let you know, in my opinion, how well we are going. You know what I'm saying, regarding you, how you handle each other. You know, how things are meshing, how things are working, or if they're not working. You know what I'm saying? Like, every so often, man, you gotta have these moments. Have a real heart to heart with whoever your significant other is, or whoever your best friend is, or whoever your confidant is, or even whoever your accountability partner is. Sometimes you gotta make sure y'all on the same page. You know what I'm saying? But back to the conversation my boy was talking about, man. He wanted us to have today. Is love worth fighting for? Again, yeah, it's more so pinpointed for me about the person. Love itself can't do no wrong. Love is love regardless. Love is like a bullet with no name on it. Any stray, anyone that you're willing to put your focus into is ready. You know what I'm saying? It's willing to go straight for that individual. It don't matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like it just, love is just love. It doesn't discriminate. It don't care if it's an animal, if it's a dog, your best friend, your cat, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I can't put the real basis on love by itself. But it's mostly the who and how healthy is your level of love for the individual. Because sometimes how hard you go in love can be a little perverted. You can pervert your love for certain people. You know, you can put yourself in positions where it compromises the sanity, the sanctity, the boundaries. You know, it can overstep some things. If you weaponize love, it's innocent by itself. You know, it just wants to love. Love just wants just to be there. But it's how we use it and force it, or just force it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, a bunch of other individuals that we have in our sacred circles, or that we want to be in our circles, you know, those who are close to us in presence. You know what I'm saying? That's what matters the most. That's my biggest thing. But most definitely, how I see it, y'all just have to work with me, man. Because again, I ain't got no notes, nothing like that. It's just off the cuff. So how I'm seeing it right now, man, it's just, as, let's say you just use a relationship. I'm just making something up, hypothetical. You know, you in a relationship for a while. with your, your lady friend, man friend, whoever it is. Y'all been together. Y'all went through the honeymoon phase. Nothing can happen. Nothing can do no wrong. Neither one of y'all can do any wrong. Of course. You look over everything. You give mulligans all the time. Do-overs. No, don't worry about it. It's all good. I love you. Saying nothing can get past us. And then year 1 goes by. It's like it's similar the same. Year 2, year 3. All that stuff is faded. You know what I'm saying? Like, each other enough for real to know the plus, the minuses. And of course, not everything. That can take a long time, if ever. But you know what I'm saying? But you're learning enough about each other. You know what I'm saying? To where it gets real. To where y'all are okay being annoyed with each other. You don't fake it. You know what I'm saying? All those things. But somehow something happens. There's a creak, a crack, a chink, or whatever you want to call it. And now you both are in a rift. Now you're in a dark place, or a place that's darker than used to. You two are not accustomed in this area. You know what I'm saying? This phase and this season, many like to say, in relationships. There are many seasons that go in relationships. It's like, okay. It's usually those moments, those times where you have to question the level of love that you have for them, or your level of commitment. Because I believe they go hand in hand. The level of love that you have for someone, the level of respect that you have for someone, I think coincides with the level of attention you give them, with the level of, undivided, of course, the willingness to, some say compromise, some don't say compromise, but regardless, to make adjustments, let's say that. You know what I'm saying? Your level of pain threshold, or just thresholds in general. Your level of capacity shifts and changes when the level of love changes with that individual. You know what I'm saying? I thoroughly believe that. So let's say in this relationship, y'all been together for a little bit. There's a season in this thing. You two are bickering about the pettiest things, the smallest things. You know what I'm saying? Something seems to just not add up between you two anymore. That is a prime opportunity. To me, that's a prime opportunity to see your level of love for that individual still, and their level of love with yours. With you. Because now you're in a position where love itself has now revealed, or the relationship itself has now revealed, if it's worth fighting for to continue. Or are you going to jump off this ship? Relationships are nothing but ships that you sail in different seasons of waves of life. You know what I'm saying? With whoever you have on the ship with you. If it's just you and your significant other in this relationship, then so be it. Now, when things get rocky and there's chinks in this armor in this said relationship, when this boat gets rocky, are you going to jump off? Or are you going to find other ways? Or we collectively going to find other ways to make it healthily, the best way that we can, to make it the best way? It doesn't mean that you're not going to get wet still. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have arguments. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that you may not even have sleepless nights. Some relationships cause sleepless nights. Sleep in a separate area. He's on the couch, she's in the bed, or two separate rooms, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean, and the thing is, doesn't necessarily always mean that the relationship should be done with that. No, you just may have a moment that you two just see certain things different ways, and that's okay. That is the whole purpose of relationships. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see certain things different ways, and that's okay. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be eye to eye and everything all the time. But again, that's why these certain seasons and situations and circumstances and relationships come that really can be purposeful. Because now it puts you in a position, you and your spouse, you and your significant other, you and your lady friend, you and your best friend, whatever the case may be. Now you both cannot run away from the blemish. You know what I'm saying? Now you both have to be here and deal with the elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? Now you have to talk about it. Now you have to deal with it. Or this said thing that we're in won't be able to go. It won't be able to continue. Now you're at a place if you're willing to see if this is worth it. Is this relationship really worth fighting for? Or have I just been riding this wave with you because I'm sick and tired, but I don't want to leave you because of history? Or I don't want to leave you because, I may not be getting the DMs or people that I'm really attracted to talking to me. I may be getting people in my DMs all the time, but it's usually the ones that we don't, okay, this is another thing real quick, just a side piece. A lot of us always say that our DMs are dry. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But people just saying that, they DMs dry, nobody's talking to them. Of course you are. You got numbers and Facebook calls and all that stuff. You got all those things. It's just the people that you really not attaching yourself to, or not attracted to, or lured by, or appeased by, is not there. That's why I can't stand how people be like, no, we all get attention from somebody. It just may not be the ones you wanted. Anyway, that was neither here nor there. But what I'm saying is, in said relationship, that can be an option too, for the lack of, or because you just may not have some other person that's, to you, that's worth leaving the relationship. So you're just stuck in this thing. So now, again, these situations, these circumstances, these drifts, these wild waves in relationships are purposeful for you to always get a healthy gauge of where you really are in that relationship. Now you have to ask that question. Whether you ask yourself or ask that said individual that's with you, is this worth continuing? Do I love you for real? Or did I only love what you were able to do? Did I love the woman that you are? Did I love the man that you are? Or did I just love the convenience, the level of convenience that you was able to provide? See, now it's getting real. Are we really in this thing for us, for a future? Because we want to have a legacy. We can see us together long term. Or is this really just a fling and someone's emotions really got deeper a lot sooner than necessary, and now you don't know how to get out of it? And because they are emotionally attached to you, now you don't want to let them go too hard, too heavy, make you look like the bad person. We're going to have to be real, right? That happens a lot more than usual. But it happens. Does it not? I'm sure we all have friends or people in our circles or people at work that we hear these conversations about, or social media, all these groups that we all have. People be telling the truth, and all of us on the outside looking in be like, "Wow, how are you in that relationship? Why are you still there? You tell me you've been wrestling with so and so for 6 months and you ain't leave, girl. Why ain't you leaving? You should have just left. Or dude, why would you put yourself in that turmoil? Like you know what I'm saying? From the outside looking in, it makes sense. But you gotta remember, you have no attachment to it. Your emotions are severed totally from that said thing. Because it's hard when you put investment, time into, and undivided into a said man or a woman that you love or loved, but now things have shifted. So again, this boat's rocky. Y'all been knocking back and forth. The ship has been rocky. Y'all bumping into each other because the ship has been rocky. Life has a funny way of allowing you to confront each other and put you two in a space to where it's like, okay, am I worth it to you now? Are you worth it to me? Should we still be a thing? Should this love last for real? Or should I just love you from afar? We got to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it comes down to. So what are you going to do? Should this love be real? Well, it is. Or isn't it? Because a lot of people play what they love too. Again, it goes back to the weaponry. It can be used as a weapon. Some people can make you stay, not really love you at all, but they'll use the word love to lure you in, to keep you on the shelf, to keep you posted up. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot deeper that goes into these things. It really does. But again, back to the original question my boy asked me. Is love worth fighting for? Uniquely, is that person that you're in a relationship or that you love, period, are they worth fighting for? If you say yes, now have a real conversation with them and see if they say the same thing about you. And then read it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just take their words for face value. Don't just take their expressions. If they say yes and you choose to stay, check their habits. Check their habits. After a while, your intentions are going to come out from the heart, out of what you do consistently in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? How do they do what they do for you? And how do they do it? Is it out of grace? Is it out of happiness? Is it out of love? Is it out of I got to do this because I'm supposed to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like you can read the room when you're in a relationship with someone. You know what I'm saying? After a while, especially when y'all been in that thing, like you know the cues. You know when they eye roll like certain way, or when they tilt their head a certain way, or when they suck their teeth another. Like you know it. You know what I'm saying? Like certain things you just pick up on because you're just accustomed to them. You know what I'm saying? So just check and be honest with yourself. Be honest with them, and then you can only take what they give you. Only thing you can control is whatever you tell them. The only thing you can control is whatever you do afterwards. The only thing you can control is how you love them. You know what I'm saying? It's the how. So my prayer, personally, is that whoever needs to get to a place where they have to confront this thing, or their other person that's in their relationship are the ones that's ducking, you know what I'm saying, the conversation about this. I pray that y'all get to a place where y'all backed into a corner so y'all can stop running. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're just wasting time if you really don't know what y'all really both want collectively. Because one person can want one thing, another person can think it's one thing, and it may be two totally different things altogether. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to get to a place to where we know. Yo, listen, baby, I've been really thinking about this, man. Like, I know we've been having our issues and everything like that, and we've been bumping, and I know your temperaments has changed. I notice, you get more upset with me a lot faster, a lot quicker. I know I've gotten upset with you a lot faster, a lot quicker about just lesser significant things. Where are we right now? You know what I'm saying? Where are we? Who am I to you? What is my level of importance? Do you still desire me? Do you still want me? Are you still happy that I am the one that you chose? Oh, see, come on. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the topics of conversation we need to be having with the people that we believe and we say and we claim to be important to us. We have to have those heavy-handed conversations. Who else gonna have them with? Who else matters? Like, we have to have these. We got to tackle this. You know what I'm saying? Is the love that you have for me still putting you in a place where you're content? Do I still enhance your happiness? Because I can't make you happy. That's something you individually have to do. Sure, like I the same, vice versa. But am I still someone that's enhancing your level of happiness? Is my presence still make a difference in your life? Or do you barely notice me when I leave in my absence? You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to have these honest conversations. We do. So, yeah. Anyway, that's me. I'm in that right there, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be, redundant or anything like that. But I think I got just what I was trying to say out. You know what I'm saying? You just have to know who you're loving. You have to know the importance of them to you, and pray that that you are really that important to them. You know what I'm saying? It's not enough to take them things for face value. We already know that. You got to read the room, read how they come to you, how they approach you. Is it the same as it used to be? Things change, sure. Individual change, sure. As time goes along, I know people are not going to always be exactly the same when they first met. You're not supposed to. Maturation still continues even after a relationship or said marriage. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to. But the essence of them, and the essence and the core reasonings of why they chose you and why you chose them should be the same. You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters, man. So, y'all, listen. It's J. Kels here, back again. Another episode. I think this was a good one. Let me know. Like, comment, share. Whoa. Like, comment, subscribe. Share this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? We just being ourselves. Like, that's the only way I know how to be. Y'all already know me enough, man. You know what I'm saying? It's J. Kels here. I appreciate y'all listening, tuning into it. The J. Kels podcast, man. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Let's expound some things. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Find me. I'm easy to reach. My social media is down low. You know what I'm saying? Check in the description. Okay? Cool.